Hey guys, we have upcoming transits here from Mars and Uranus making a conjunction in the sign of Taurus. And this has the potential for major disruption, but it doesn't have to be negative. I will go through what kind of energies to expect as this transit approaches and how it's not all negative and it can be used to your advantage. So let's get stuck in here and we will see that the conjunction itself takes place on the 15th of July at 10 to 3 in the afternoon. Now that's UK time. And let's have a recap just on recent events because this energy is currently building and the planets are very close at the minute, but the energy will become more intense as we move closer towards the 15th. So we have had lots of recent political dramas with the UK. Labour have won a landslide victory there to knock the Tories out of government. And in France as well, none of the top two parties got in. It was a third party, so big upset in France there, especially on the political front. Locally in Northern Ireland, we've had a few big upsets, like Ian Paisley Jr., who has held that seat for years, and the Paisley family have held that seat in North Antrim since the beginning of the DUP, basically. He lost out to Jim Allister of the TUV, who would be seen as more extreme unionist. And he won by not that large a margin of 450 votes. So that's a huge change because the Paisleys have been a strong front for unionism for years. And perhaps the electorate didn't view Ian Paisley Jr. as being extreme enough. So they reckon Jim Allister is the person who they can turn to deliver what he promises. So Lagan Valley as well, DUP lost out again to Alliance, this time Saoirse Eastwood. Now, in the Lagan Valley, this is the seat that was held by Jeffrey Donaldson. So the recent spate of events in regard to Jeffrey and what he's been up to in his past, in his dark past, is probably got a lot to do with DUP losing out to Alliance. She had quite a large margin in the second largest constituency in Northern Ireland, 2,959 votes ahead of the DUP candidate. So that's a huge shift. Then we've also had Sinn Féin taking the largest margin this time again. So that's in the last 3 elections. So there's been a huge political shift here since 2022. So, and I have documented all this in my, Facebook pages and other videos about the astrology that has been occurring over the last few years on the political scene. And this is what's taking place. So we are on a paradigm, we are in a shifting environment, especially a political environment, so to speak, not just here, but as you can see across the world as well, in different countries. So we have recently had the new moon in Cancer. And we have also had Saturn going retrograde and Neptune going retrograde as well. Now, Saturn and Neptune are the 2 planets that represent reality. So Saturn is the structure of reality and our day-to-day rules and laws and regulations and stuff like that. It's the rules we live by, so to speak. The structure of reality, whereas Neptune would be everything, the reality of everything all combined into one. So it's the chaos of everything and it's everything together as one, creating a unit of oneness, so to speak. So Neptune can be related to the dream world as well, the dreams of reality and the divine aspect of our reality as well. So when these 2 planets have been going into retrograde, we're having a chance to create a new vision here, a new vision going forward. And in a personal way, and as well as in the political way, but more so for you as an individual to create your new vision going forward, setting new rules, what you can live by going forward for the next few years or whatever you plan to do for yourself in the future. So that's recent things that have been going on, but they will continue. This energy will continue going forward. So how excuse me, how will this affect you personally? So the Mars-Uranus conjunction, which house is it landing in your personal chart? Does it hit a planet? For instance, if it hits your Venus or makes an aspect to your Venus, you will see changes or breakthroughs in terms of relationships or in money or creative talents, creative expression, all these kinds of things. Does it affect your ascendant or your midheaven? Are you going to meet someone influential? Are you going to look for a new job? You know, these are things which can, this energy in the sign of Taurus, making an aspect to these parts of your chart will influence your life strongly in whichever area it relates to. So does it also activate a personal configuration in your chart or a theme, like a theme that keeps repeating all through your life? Is there a chance to break out of something? So what if you're new to astrology and you don't understand what this means? Like you don't know what your houses are, you don't know where your planets are, you don't know about your ascendant, your midheaven. Well, what's this themes? Like grand trines, T-squares? Do you have anything like that? If you're new to astrology, you maybe don't know. So it may be a good time to inquire about getting a horoscope interpretation. So yeah, it's a good time as well to like and subscribe. Or if you are new to astrology, you know, you can learn from my channel and you know also make inquiries to me personally about your own chart. So what can we expect here as well? Like with this particular conjunction, the energy is high, it's high intensive energy. So questions to ask yourself: has something been brewing for a while? What has been stressing you or stressing me? What is becoming so boring and so tedious that you need something new? You need to break out, you need to break away. So for a lot of people, especially if your chart is being impacted by this energy, you will be on the verge of a breaking point. So you're waiting for that thing, that opportunity, that something to happen, which gives you the chance to break out and start something new or change something, reinvent something. So something has been building up. So you can look at your life in terms of where do you seek the change? Like, do you need change in your relationship life? Like, are you single? Could you benefit from having a strong relationship in your life? What about the home? Do you need to make changes around the home? Do you need to break out of your home? Do you need to do renovations, reinvent something within it? Family as well. Could be in terms of finance, could be career. You know, these are all areas of life which you may need, you may feel the need to change and to break through into something else. So let's break it down into the actual planets that are involved. So Mars is a personal planet, and the key word for Mars is action. So this is all about drive and adrenaline and speed, getting things done quickly. It's what you want, and it's how you go to get it. This is how your Mars energy works for you. So it's your self-expression, it's your sexual energy, it's how you make yourself sexually attractive to others, how you express your sexual energy. Also about becoming individual. So this is an individual type of assertive expression. And it's whenever you start using the Mars, understanding the Mars in your own personal chart, you create a specific kind of style which is unique to you. So this is all about your own unique expression of energy. It's very dynamic because the key word is action, and it's driving forward with adrenaline and speed and going after what you want. So that's why, you know, sports, wars and things like that is all Mars energy, because it's directed dynamically as a force to what you want. Now, with the planet Uranus involved here as well, the key word is change, and change can be such a vast array of different things. So some of the other things we can consider with Uranus is revolution. Like, let's look, for instance, about what happened whenever Uranus was first discovered. We were on the verge of two major revolutions in the world, the French Revolution and the American Revolution. We also had rebellion. And we've also had technological and inventive advancements as well since the planet Uranus was first discovered. And that's when we heralded the Industrial Revolution. And life has like speeded up so much since the planet Uranus has been discovered. You know, industry has really taken, such a leap in the last 300-400 years. And technology now is such a part of our lives. Like, how long can you do without your smartphone until you need to check something? You can pretty much do everything from a smartphone nowadays. So it's Uranus energy as well. It can rebel against things it doesn't agree with, like protesting and things like that. But on an extreme level, it can be very violent as well. And coupled with the energy of Mars, the potential for extreme violence is there. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be extreme in that kind of way. Now, Uranus energy as well can be radical and unconventional. And it's an electrical kind of energy as well, because it's pulsing away. It's charging up. It's charging things up. And with Uranus energy as well, there can be the element of shock or surprise, or things that are completely unexpected just happen, like unplanned events, unforeseen circumstances. But ultimately, what this particular energy of Uranus is to provide some kind of freedom in your life. It allows you to break away from something. So you can think about that, how this energy relates to you in your own personal life. What are we breaking? What do you need to break away from? Where do you need freedom to do the things you want to do? So Mars and Uranus together can be extremely impulsive, can be accidents. You need to be really careful if you're doing any sports, driving in your car, anything like that. Be careful, even out running, doing, chores, anything around the house, any kind of work. Just be extra vigilant, because these are times when you don't concentrate as much. You just want to get it done. You want to do it. And these are the times when accidents can occur, when you take your eye off the ball, so to speak. So this is really about the final push and breaking through to something. Find that freedom, get that freedom, do something that creates it. If a situation presents itself and allows you to make a move forward in a different direction, why not take the chance? Like moments of epiphany as well, like flashes of genius, eureka moments, light bulb moments. What about breaking the rules? With this, you may not think the way you should be thinking, and you might go, "Frig this, I'm not sticking by the rules here. I'm doing it my way." That's cool, but weigh up the consequences before you do that. So are you going to break the rules in some kind of way that could put you in prison, could get you fired from your job, could end up in the loss of a relationship? Think of the consequences. So, because this energy will make you act so spontaneously, you won't think of the consequences, but try and think of them anyhow, or plan out that you're going to be expecting this kind of energy coming into your life, and just have a background thought running in the background, goes, okay, if I'm being spontaneous here, what's the consequences? Okay. So Mars and Uranus, the conjunction takes place in the sign of Taurus. So there is potential for natural disruption here, like earthquakes, tornadoes, tidal waves, all these kinds of things, because Taurus is Earth. It's the first Earth sign. So it's related to everything to do with the Earth. So this can also affect your money, your finance, how you spend money, how you save it, like how reliable you are, because Taurus is considered as one of the most reliable signs in the zodiac. It's like the rock, it's the foundation. So it also represents land, property, gardens as well, because Taurus is associated with beauty. So it's the beauty of the land. So also the body, Taurus represents the body as well. So it's about taking care of yourself and considering your values as well. Now, in terms of what's going on in the outer world, like Taurus represents agriculture, finance, and we've got all this stuff going on at the minute with climate change. And that's what Uranus has been doing in Taurus for the last lot of years since it entered it. And climate change has become such a huge thing now. And there's a huge push on renewable energy, and also how we can use nuclear energy going forward as well to produce electricity. And we are now on the verge, or we are in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution, whereas we're seeing all this stuff like AI, artificial intelligence, is now making products for us. We have blockchain technology, which will ultimately replace the current banking system, digital assets like NFTs and things like that. And we're on the verge as well of quantum computing. And the other big thing that's going on at the minute is all this urban transformation. Like cities are being dug up and they're changing the layouts of roads and things like that. So all this is occurring when Uranus is in Taurus. One of the big examples is in Belfast. We are getting the new hub, the new transport hub. So lots of work going on in Belfast and in the roads and the connecting areas to get this operational and bring Belfast up to modern times, so to speak. So we could go into that an awful lot more, but this is just brief. So in terms of personal, how can this energy affect us personally? Like, how's your own finance? How do you spend your money as opposed to your income, spending and saving? Any physical issues you're dealing with? Like Taurus is the body, like exercising, do you do enough of it? That kinds of thing, or maybe you're doing too much. You might have to slow it down a bit. This check as well in personal moral values, changing your personal views on something. This is a time where you could have great insights into something you've been doing, maybe your own personal psychological mindset. Self-care, taking care of yourself, upgrading. What about upgrading yourself? Introduce something new into your life. Try and push yourself out a little bit more. Try and set a new foundation going forward, which is like a little mini new version of you. So the ruler of the sign of Taurus is Venus. So Venus certainly has some influence over this particular transit. And Venus actually ingresses to Leo today on the 11th of July at 5:18 in the evening. And it will create an opposition to the planet Pluto in Aquarius. So all the things that will can come up during this particular transit over the next few days. It's building as we speak. So Venus is, creative talents, how you express your own talent, especially in the sign of Leo. It's going to bring relationship energy into the scene as well. Like, is your Are you single? Perhaps you'll meet someone significant. What if you're in a relationship? That relationship may need to change or transform in some kind of way. So it's about love, responsibilities in relationships. Are you giving enough, or are you getting enough in return? So it's your personal needs in relation to the needs of the other. What about power issues? This can come up with Pluto, people having control, power issues. You may be feeling some pressure to change some things you do, change your ways in some kind of way, being forced to transform. And you may meet someone significant who will spur you on or maybe put pressure on you to make the change. So this could be, like a significant person in a romantic idea. Or also, if you're single, you may meet someone who is like, really significant, and their energy is just, you're so attracted to it. So this is the Venus stuff. Okay. So the conjunction occurs at 26 degrees of Taurus. There's also an applying square aspect from Mercury in Leo as well. So this is all about ideas, communication. There's potential here for arguments because the Mercury here is making a square aspect to Mars. And with Mars in conjunction with Uranus, just be careful you don't say too much, because once it's out there, it cannot be taken back. But there's also potential for intellectual breakthroughs, travel issues as well, because Mercury represents the roads. It also represents moving about, taking short journeys and things like that. So there's potential for major disruption there. So be careful on the roads, watch your speed, because with Mars, you can tend to go like faster than you normally do. So just be aware, watch out for accidents, take your time and prepare for unforeseen delays, because there will be loads of people out there flying on the roads. Can't wait to get to where they want to go. So, and they will cause accidents. So prepare for unforeseen delays as well. Now, we also have a sextile aspect applying from the sun in Cancer. So this is bringing in the home, the family, the caring, the emotional side of things. So this could be about you realizing something in yourself, deep, something sensitive to you, something close and private to you, perhaps something you need to break free from, break through, perhaps break down some kind of boundary. The Cancer it's represented by the crab. It has a shell. So maybe you've been overprotective of something, perhaps your own protective of your own being, your own self-awareness. Maybe it's time to break through something like that. So creating this can be about habits and subconscious, maybe perhaps realizing maybe bad habits you have or negative habits, maybe time to break through, break away from something into something new. Maybe have awakenings to do with your own subconscious mind. Maybe things are coming to breaking through. So things to be aware of. Now, in Northern Ireland, this conjunction actually takes place 1 degree away from the Mars placement in the chart for Northern Ireland. And this is the 11th of July. Tomorrow is the 12th of July, where we have the parades. So the last few years, I think, have been pretty minor in terms of incidents with violence, but there had been some build-up in media about some particular marches which have had real problems and disruption over the years with riots and police using water cannons and things like that. So the potential for violent disruption definitely is there. It depends how, what the rules are, and if people decide they want to march down a road they shouldn't be marching down or whatever, the potential for extreme violent disruption is there. So stay away from those areas. Don't get involved. So Mars return. Northern Ireland is having a Mars return. And what's been going on here? The political landscape has shifted dramatically over the last couple of years. So what's going on? Mars is one of the planets that represents identity. So Northern Ireland is creating a new identity, breaking through challenges or pushing boundaries. So, and this is all connected to all these new discussions that are taking place about Ireland's future. And it's about it, it's all about inclusion, respecting diversity, equality as well. So, and that's why things are moving forward, because it all needs to be included. Everyone needs to be included. So in the chart for Northern Ireland as well, the Sun aspect from Cancer makes a square to the nodal axis, the nodal axis, but also the midheaven and the IC. The Sun is at 23 Cancer, the midheaven is at 21 Libra, ruled by Venus. So Libra suggests that this is pressure because this is a square aspect, creates tension and some kind of action as well. So there's a move towards the midheaven. The midheaven is the public view, it's what's out there in the world to see. So there's pressure here from a Cancerian influence. It's about care, protection, love, family, home, treating everyone like they're your own family. It's respect all around. So this is about moving towards, it's in the 11th house. So this is about moving towards inclusion, diversity, equality, shared communities. That's what the 11th house is all about. And with Libra there, it's saying, look, we can all get on together. We can do it. We just need to move on. So that's where the pressure is coming from in Northern Ireland. So we're getting towards the end. So let's look at the actual degree where this energy of the Mars and Uranus falls on in Taurus. And we're going to use Sabian symbols. So every single degree has a few words of significant meaning, so to speak. So the words put together for this particular degree of the zodiac is an old Indian woman sells artifacts of her tribe to passers-by. So what does that mean? You can take from that whatever you think it means to you personally. No, what do I think it means? I think it's all about skills, crafts, products, items for sale, things that are unique to you, created by you. So it's reflecting on things, reflecting on personal qualities. So what do you create that reflects your particular personal qualities? What do you offer? What I am doing with this energy, I am offering astrology insights. So there we go. That's how I'm using this energy. So think about that in your own terms. What do you do? What do you offer? Okay. So summarize this, go over quickly, make it more condensed here. So change is coming. So take advantage of the coming changes. Where do you need to change? Is it relationship, career, things in the home? Is it your financial situation? Or perhaps it's somewhere else in life that we haven't considered as yet, but you will know yourself if you're experiencing it, where you need to break free. So it's about revolutionizing and reinventing something, pushing through to the next thing, to the next stage. Is it internal or external? Is it internal in the way that something is holding you back, perhaps in your own mindset? Are you going to have a breakthrough there? Or is it external? Is it something in the outer world that's restricting you or holding you back and you need to break through? So think positively when all this is going on. Create positive change. Reinvent yourself and create some freedom that allows you to live a more positive, happy lifestyle. Okay. And allow the astrological wisdom to provide these personal breakthroughs. And yeah, if you want, you can show appreciation by clicking on the link to buy me a coffee, and you will help support and maintain my channel. And also, please like and subscribe and share on your social media channels if you have found this information helpful, or if you think someone else could benefit from the information in this particular presentation. Please pass it on, because you never know. Someone could be sitting on top of something. They may feel the world is caving in. So, pass it on to them. There may be something here which can really help that person find the spark, to change their life. So personal consultations are available. I can take you through your own personal traits related to your own, like, your talents, your skills, the things you need to be working more on, because things that are coming more natural to you. We can point out your limitations in the chart as well, where you can work on in the background, try and build strength in troubling areas. But more so, it's about capitalizing on the strengths that are in your chart. So also learn your chart, get to know it, get to know the energies that you were born with, the energies you were gifted to at birth. This will help you move through life more efficiently and create and take advantage of all the things that could be yours. Learn how to go and get them, the changes you need to make. Look, thank you very much for listening, and please like and subscribe to the channel. And if anyone wants an update on anything at all astrological, drop me a line, and if I can help, I most certainly will. So thank you.